Thinking like this, like green, 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 animate Quag and Crash. Yeah, I mean, animating Quag here is good. Like, they have to block everything. Whereas any other play that I make, or traversing up the bone picker, although I don't have Delirium, so it's like, that's not even that great. I think there's also merit to draw 3. It forces bad blocks here. Then we're likely to win next turn. Yeah, I think we're getting greedy if I do anything else. Let's fire up the old Quagmire. You like Quag and then traverse for something good? Truth? We could do that too. Why am I punting here so much? Animate. Ooh, you know what I could do? Hang on. Ah, I should have done it before now. I could have traversed up the cycle creature for Artifact, and then we would have had Artifact in our yard, and then these Goyfs would be even more powerful. They would have beaten the Tazagur. Yeah, that's what I should have done. I should have traversed up our... Oh, no, I can't, because we don't have 4 card types. Never mind. No, I think we made the right play. We'll traverse up something. Second main. We didn't have Delirium. I thought that I did. Guess we just say goo. I mean, that is something I've been worried about with the deck, is how often do we... Okay, so he's going to snap block. I think we can beat that. I mean, now I can just big game his Tazagur and we win no matter what. So that was one of the reasons why I considered making the land drop there. So green, green. Witness back big game. Win the game. Okay, this Grafdiggers was huge. We should put the second one in. Maybe not for all the different types of Shadow I'll face, but certainly this version of Shadow, this was bonkers. Quag and Crash win. Nugget says he'll snap push. How? There's a Grafdigger's cage. How can he snap push? We should protect him really good. Albeit I don't really want to see multiple, but it was really good there, and he's probably going to try to Thoughtseize it away. Like, that was solid. I like most of how he boarded. I think the only thing... Big Game Hunter was a big deal. I think that maybe Warren Weirding gets cut because this is like a flesh matchup, and while this grows my Goyf tremendously, I also worry about him blocking with tokens or Snapcaster. I think that Warren Weirding comes out. I think that Devour Flushes are really good, but just specifically against Shadow, but you have to worry that the opponent's got, Lingering Souls tokens or, Flash and a Snapcaster, so we haven't run into that issue already. Whereas I think Devour Flush is a really cool meta call for specifically Shadow. It's also good against all the Bogles people are playing, or, what have you. The issue is these might be better served in this matchup as Decays, because my opponent's also on Lingering Souls. I'm not just worried about them flashing in a Snapcaster. Like, oh, he should maybe run the Golgari Charm, actually. This clears out Snaps, this clears out Lingering Souls. And that's just my issue, is like, while Devour Flesh normally is really, really good, I don't know specifically this version that my opponent's on. We might be better off like with Glenn to block souls and counter things. Devour Flesh also hits Emrakul. Yeah. Yeah, you're fine, Nugget. It's late. Maybe I'm going overboard on this sideboard plan, but let's try that. I mean these Devour Fleshes I might still like over even Fatal Pushes. I know that's like sacrilege to consider cutting the Fatal Pushes, but it's like I feel like Devour Flesh could potentially be more impactful against Shadow. It's going to depend how things line up. Let's give that a shot. I mean, maybe these are what get cut, like Archmage and Garrick. Actually, let's run the pushes. Actually, I guess if all I'm trying to kill is specifically Shadow, maybe we just run the Abrupt Decays. Like, this turns into a grind. Although Fatal Push is really efficient, like, Decay kills the Shadow guaranteed. And they usually try to pair their Shadows with the Counterspell. I'm actually going to try that. I don't know, like Esper Shadow's not what I'm gonna be playing the most against, and I'm not used to playing against it either, but I certainly like it. I certainly like it. Let's try to win this for sure. Okay. Nothing. Could have the counterspell. I mean, I like playing around my opponent having turn 1 counter. I might just Breeding Pool, Shock, Suspend, Ancestral. I've unfortunately hit that spell way too many times, the counter spell. Little much. Hit it a little much. Happens. The Stubborn. Oh, of course I draw the Sul-told. That's okay, I don't regret suspending Ancestral. Usually it's correct to do so. Why don't we bobble, looking at ourselves, see if we want to Thoughtseize or not. Might just stick Goyf. Sul-told's coming up. I don't really want the second one right now. Could just stick the Goyf, like I could go Delta for basic Swamp Goyf. Might also be correct to try to strip something and we can play around my opponent having a counterspell here. Might be correct to just Thoughtseize, actually. Then we know if we need to prime the explosives to 1. Alright, Shadow, Shadow, Range of Eos. Okay, I'm definitely thinking Ranger. That's really grindy. That's gonna really hurt us later. Whereas we can handle Shadows, we can handle Angler. I think I hit Ranger, and we prime and explosives for 1. And you'll notice my deck is purposely set up to not have that many 1-drop permanents, like so we can kind of abuse the explosives. I don't want him to be able to like top deck a hand-aid spell and take my explosives or counter my explosives later. We'll just go ahead and prime that for Shadow. There's a Balance. That's tempting. He's on 2 cards. So if I went land, Foretold, Balance, we would get a free kill on this Shadow. It's tempting to do. Then we get to save the Devour Flesh and the explosives. What do you guys think about land drop, Foretold, Balance? We'd have left Goyf and Flesh, so we're not hitting his hand, we're not hurting any lands, it's just literally we're just exchanging Balance with a Shadow. I think I do want to do that. And maybe we should get a little greedier with my fetching here. Like, I could just get the basic Forest. If I do, then we're not able to cast Witness. If I draw Witness, we're not able to cast Big Game. If I draw Big Game, it is a little soft. You think so, Nugget? Could also just play the Goyf. You think it's soft? Could also just play Goyf. Trying to think what if I was to get a land, what would it be? I think it would be Watery Grave. I think I want to make sure I can turn on this and turn on the Talaria more than drawing Witness. You prefer Hold Balance? Feels like he's going to cast Angler. Okay. That's fair. Ordinary. That's fair. I mean, if that was the case, then I would just kind of chill and say go. Well, we could still put the Sul-told into play. We don't have to cast the Balance. That's true. My worry is that he might find not only a piece of counter magic, I'm worried that he might find... remember, his hand has another Shadow and a Gurmag. My worry is that he might find a Thoughtseize to take my Restore Balance. That was why I was considering just playing it out. But we'll see if we can get some more value off this Balance. Also, Devour Flesh is going to kill both Shadows. Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's going to deploy another Shadow because I have the explosives primed to 1. Ready to go. Yeah, I like this Esper variant of Shadow that my opponent's on. Like, you get cool things like Ranger. I bet he's got Stony Silence in the sideboard. I think Esper Shadow is actually really underrated. I do. I think Esper Shadow is actually pretty sweet. And don't get me wrong, like, Culligan's Command is awesome, but, like, you can also beat things like Affinity with Stony Silences. Well, my opponent has disconnected. Disconnected. I guess the Shriekmaw in this build, let me show you the deck while we're waiting for my opponent to come back. Come back, opponent! Come back! I think that I'll like the Shriekmaw more than I think about it now. I was either going to add a third push or the first Shriekmaw, and then I am going to test a Muldrifter. Seems like Rage Crit to me. Nah, he'll come back. They always come back. By the way, how are you guys doing tonight? I played some F&M at a local store and had a good time. Played Tin Pins. Yeah, he's back. Tatsukawa. Ooh, is he just going to slam the Gurmagur here? That would be excellent for us. I mean, he might have the counterspell, though, but... Oh, the Thoughtseize. He knows. Do you take my Devour Flesh, or do you take the Restore Balance? He knows. That was my worry if he hit a Thoughtseize. No, why did we hold it? We should have just cast it. This is a big Goyf. It's a 5/6. Have you tried a Lonepox list? No, I haven't, Curly. That sounds sweet. Yeah, with like Urborg and Flagstones. That's a cool idea, Curly. Yeah, Flagstones interacts well. Is that what you're proposing? Yeah, he takes my balance. Well, we could witness that back, potentially. You know what I'm tempted to do if he Gurmags? What if we draw land? I can Explosives away the Shadow, and then I can Devour Flesh the 5/5, and then he can't cast the other Shadow in his hand. That is his last card, is it not? Should be Shadow. Yeah, his last card's Shadow. So if we draw land here... Yeah, if we draw land, I get to do all those wonderful things. Come on, land, okay. Or we can just Thoughtseize it away. I could just Thoughtseize his Shadow. And then I can play Goyf, because we'd have Creature. I could just go Thoughtseize Goyf, actually. Goyf will beat the Angler if I have... Yeah, okay. Oh, we can just cast that off the Azrael. Excuse me. Fancy. Yeah, so we take his Shadow, and then I can play Goyf. And we're sitting pretty. And this is where we really want to be. Like, this is how I'm going to beat Shadow decks, is... We do want to be, we're just like bigger and badder than their threats sometimes, and we need to work our way into that board state. Alright, so Shadow grows a little. I guess I'm dead if he drew a removal spell there. Oh jeez. Wraith? Oh god. Did I just lose? We may have just lost. Maybe I was supposed to Devour Flesh. That's my bad. That was really solid off for our opponent. I guess I should have just devoured, because now... I think I needed to draw a land, though, to coax me into doing Explosives into Devour. God, we might have just died. A friend! Science rules. A friend with a $2 donation. I'll play your song. Let me take a look. I think we're dead here. Oh, Tazagur. Okay, we can still win. Whew, we can still win. Oh, no we can't. Now I have to block with Goyf. This is awful. Never mind, yeah, the Tazagur was really relevant. Oh, good choice. Can you guys hear that okay? Let me turn it up a little bit. Thanks for the song request, man. Thanks for the $2. This is 40 and 2 by Tool. Guess I'll block here. I mean, we're drawing a bunch, so maybe we're fine. Alright, so what if we Explosives and then Flesh? Just need to draw a Witness. Oh, we drew Witness! Wow! We actually drew the Witness. Wow, okay. Witness Balance? But then I'm on 0 cards. Hold up. Ooh, wait. I have an idea.